Good morning guys, it's Jenny here from Just Jenny Journaling. Welcome back to my channel. Quick video share today of this journal. It's about to go out in the post. It's a custom order, and yes, it's a custom order which the remit was, it's kind of a English countryside, got a little bit of vintage travel journal really kind of vibe. So that's what I tried to do. I did a little bit of lace and pockets and journaling cards, some maps. She really liked this kind of English countryside view for the cover. So I layered it on a piece of map paper, which has just been tea dyed. Tea dyed some of this lovely fabric and with like little daisies on it. And then on the back here I've popped the rest of the picture because it was quite wide, so the rest of that image and again onto the tea dyed map paper. 4 signatures. I haven't counted the pages yet, to be fair. Haven't counted the pages yet, but it's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. And I've just done a little eyelet in the back and tied it with two different ribbons because I couldn't decide which one I really liked, so I put both on. You can take either of them off should you wish. She's quite chunky, so I have filled her to the gunnels with bits and pieces, so you can take that out and then she won't be so alligator mouthed. She's just on the verge, to be fair. So she's 16 and a half by 24 and has I think it's about a 4 centimetre spine, to be fair. 4 centimetre spine. I've left the nameplate free because I couldn't think of I thought that the recipient could actually just add what she liked or keep it plain. I quite like it plain, to be fair, but she has the choice. I kept I loved these. This is the actual original end paper on the inside, and so I kept it in. Put a bit of upholstery fabric on the spine in the back, and there's also, as you can see, some a vintage doily from my collection. It's from my stash, should I say. Same on the back. So it's gone right the way through across the spine. Just pop that in because I really love it. Didn't know where to put it, to be honest, so I popped that there. This is from my stash of these nostalgia postcards that I got a real good haul of them a few years ago, and it documents yesterday's Britain, as it says, from the 1890s to the 1950s. So this is from I put some on my shop, on my Etsy store, in different themes, but I kept quite a few because I really liked them. So I've delved into that stash for this journal, that stash of loveliness. So we start off with, as you can see, one of those lovely postcards, and it's actually about the Peak District. So she wanted sort of kind of English countryside travel kind of vibe. I love it. I love those colours. I love the colours. I've made a little tuck spot with it, and I've managed to pick up on Etsy digital printable, and it's all sort of vintage travel journal type thing, but also with little what's his name? What's the word? Little tickets, so printables of English sort of train tickets, etc., from right from the 1800s right through to the 40s and 50s, I think. So they're dotted throughout. I have a book which is called it's called this. Excursion to Loweswater. A Lakeland Visit 1865, and so it's absolutely beautiful. I've just taken, this is from the dust cover, and it's about a group of ladies and gents from the Quaker faith, I think, from one of the Quaker congregations, who went to Loweswater, and they did sketches and did a little diary, and it was lovely. It was lovely. So I've popped the front there. Oh yeah, I popped this in. This is a little something it feels like silk, and it looks like it's been hand stitched, but I thought it looked really nice. and I've kept it for ages, but I thought it looked really nice as this kind of sort of thing you might find in a little English junk shop while you're on your travels. So I'll pop that in there for you to do with what you wish. I think it's beautiful, and I've popped it with this the card for the North Staffordshire Railway. I love it, and yeah, it's like a vintage travel poster. There's quite a few of those. I have a book, one of my very favourite books of all time, of English flowers, and I decided just to not do much with them apart from tea dye them, and I popped them in. Oh, hubby's phone's in here, as you can hear. Sorry about that, guys. I thought I'd pop those in as is. Some of this paper, it's all the way through this writing paper. It's kind of like, it's 80 GSM, I think. It's not as heavy as the one that I've used before, but with the amount of the stuff that I want to get into, yeah, I went for that because I wanted to get quite a lot into this journal. So it feels lovely. It's kind of got a vintage feel to it already, and so all the way through, that's the writing paper that I've used. This is from the book of English poetry. One of my favourites again. I've used quite a lot of these in my own journals as well, because it's got poems about England from English poets. It's beautiful, but I love the vintage travel posters that they use as well. So these that's scattered throughout. Ode to Autumn, love it, love it, love it. This little page here, there's a couple in here. It's all interesting information about Britain, and it's 1933, from an encyclopedia from 1933, and there's sort of pages and little maps dotted around as well. I'm just going to get rid of that because it's doing my head in. Bear with me. Bear with. Oh. Right, that's done. Okay, so yes, so we have I've just popped little bits of washi without trying to add too much bulk to the writing pages. This was the one of the pages from the excursion to Loweswater, and I love it. So I just thought, you know, I'm going to pop that in there because it's beautiful. Again, so that's from the encyclopedia. This is from a book. I've used quite a few of these pages. Look at that. It's a lovely. It's a ferry ticket between Mandeville and Covington, and yeah, I don't know how old it is, but it is a digital. So this is I have a book, and it's about different fancy gardens and things that people have done in stately homes throughout Britain. And so I've taken some pages from those because they're beautiful. They're really lovely. It's a really nice paper. And on the back, they have like an alphabet, like a gardener's alphabet, with these beautiful illustrations. So I'll pop those in as well. And a book about, this is from a book about cottages, English cottages and their gardens. So huge pages, and I've cut them down. I haven't cut them right down, but I've tried to keep as much of them in as possible. So you can see that. I did have, I've split these up. These were like in a concertina type arrangement from a charity shop I picked up a little while ago, and it's all vintage photographs of Bath. There's a poem in here about Bath as well. So I've dotted some of those throughout, so you can move them around, leave them in, but they're lovely. Yeah, okay. This is signature one. That's the other side of the Ode to Autumn by Keats. Beautiful. So I tied that too. The poems are lovely. They're lovely in themselves. So yes, I've kept these pages in groups, as you can see, so that you can actually see when the scenery goes across 2 pages. I think it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And this, I've added a couple of these and just did a little bit of collage there from, do you remember a little while ago I picked this up, the Botanist sticker anthology. So there are a few of those I've dipped in. Oh, I'm doing a couple of sister journals to this one, which will be available, and I've earmarked some nice bits from that for those as well. So a little a ticket again. It's, I don't know if it's, yeah, third class train, I imagine. Castle Bromwich to Sutton Park. Third class, who knew? Again, one of just as a little tuck spot, because this is like a seaside type paper. That was from Stamperia, from my stash. I love it, I love it. And this is about Bridlington. So this is a vintage, one of the railway, these beautiful railway posters. And that's, what's that? A little a Victorian restaurant at Whitechapel Road, a little menu. Just tuck that in there. Somebody would be like on their travels. Large pocket. This is from, oh, I can't remember what it's called. A painter who paints all sorts of English flowers and butterflies and da-da-da-da-da. This is from the book, one of the books that I have. Basically, popped these in. And they're just, I've just inked them up a little bit, but they're just interesting little pieces from a book. It's a Reader's Digest, and it's all about English wildlife and flowers. So I thought that went quite well there. I've tucked this in. That was this is a beautiful picture of a cockerel, which is lovely. That's one of the is that Bath Abbey. I've popped that in there from that collection of things from Bath. I've popped some watercolour paper in here. It feels lovely. It's a really nice depth. It's about 300 GSM, but I've sort of decorated as I go. This is from the about cottage gardens, English cottage gardens, and the little bits of blurb. The are really interesting to read, so I haven't covered them because there is plenty of journaling space. Aren't these beautiful? These are absolutely gorgeous. And so again, I haven't covered them up. In some of mine that I have, my own, I covered these, the writing, the text, but I think it's really interesting to read. A little bit of my favourite washi. That's quite nice, isn't it? Like I'm travelling around English countryside. These are English birds from the Oxford Book of English Birds, I think. And so I've just made it into, I've backed it, and I've made it into a huge tag. I've made 2 of these. Put some sari silk on the top, and they go here in this little pocket. This is from my calendar. I've got a name in my head and I can't remember, but I just love these. Daffs are fabulous anyway, and I think they're the national, aren't they the national flower of Wales? I think they are the Welsh national. So again, they're just beautiful. They're beautiful. So I'll just pop that there, and a little grungy label. This was another one. That's another one of those lovely travel posters. They're so, oh, I love them. I love them. And I decided to pop this in there. Sort of thing you could probably pick up in an old junk shop. But this one is 2 little girls on their holidays in Cornwall, 1952. And it's got a little bit of information on the back there. And this makes me chuckle because it's lovely. It's Mrs. Button, and she's from Newquay, a landlady in a boarding house. Newquay's in Cornwall, and it's huge now for surfing, huge for surfers. But she looks so not like the very formidable landladies that you imagine that would own a boarding house. So I've popped her in there because she just warmed my heart. She warmed my heart. I love that. Another side of that. There you go. So what have I done here? What have I done here? This is from Exmouth. and I think it was from the late 1800s, this little photo, and it was part of that nostalgia pack as well, the set of cards. This I thought was interesting. I thought I'd leave that in. That's from the little blurb about British birds, and I just love it. That's from my Big Reader's Digest book. Been hoarding a lot of those pictures as well, to be fair, those images, but I thought we could go there. Third signature, love this, and again I've sort of layered it up with a little bit of upholstery fabric and some of the vintage travel like tickets and things. This is an old £5 note from Wellington and Somerset, and Newcastle to Carlisle Railway, and a little journaling card that comes from there. That's an old poster or an advert for a new ordnance map of Chatham and Maidstone, and it's 2 and 6. 2 and 6 that was, and then I popped it in there. I just like that little Ramsey Beach 1950, and this is from an Etsy seller called Ilopa Online, and it's a vintage map of Great Britain, and I popped it, I backed it onto paper, aged it a little bit more, and I thought that would sit nicely in there. Property of every shire. So this is from the Poetry of England book, and it goes through every county of the time. Some of them have changed now, but it's a lovely little verse. This is a poem here about Pitt Rivers, just round the corner from me in Oxford, and it's a poem about that and a little bit of artwork to go with it in the book. Henley Regatta, that was from the 1922, I think. Very civilised, still goes on. Visited there last year myself, and of course this year it didn't happen. Probably the first time in I don't know how many years really that the regatta didn't take place, but you know, it's been a funny time, isn't it? This is from my this is a little old painting from a mill in Derbyshire. Derbyshire is absolutely beautiful. And again, just a little bit of, I thought that looked nice in there because the dandelions on the front, and a bit of info on some other yellow English flowers. Popped this little morsel in, size of that bathing suit, I can't believe. 1923. And she's paddling. I thought that looked lovely. This, do you know what? I've actually put extra glue on this. All I say about the anthology sticker book, the glue's not that brilliant. You can't just stick things in, so I have to add, the body of it is fine, just the edges. Again, that's from the Gloucester Old Bank, April 1814, so is that an old cheque? Love this from the English Cottage Garden book. Beautiful, beautiful. And I've just done a little bit of a little, what's the word? Not collage. Just edged that with some William Morris paper, fabric that I had in my stash. This was another one of those lovely English kind of garden things from my book of notable gardens and follies and things. And that had the green gauge on the back. So, as you can see, lots of journaling space. I love this, and again, I've glued the body of this down. That's from my Botanical sticker book, but it's not brilliant, Still coming up on the edges, even though Anyway, not to worry. It's as secure as it will be secure. So this was from the poetry book, and I just popped it in as is with a travelogue. Backed it onto this little piece of William Morris wallpaper. Well, it's not real William Morris wallpaper, it's a design from a calendar that I have in my stash. This little lady, where's she now? She's in Real Again, 1923. I don't know if it's the same little lovely in the huge bathing suit, I don't know. But I popped that in. That's just about some English butterflies. That's from that same Reader's Digest. Lot to see, as you can see. Hurry this up a little bit. Morris dancers, quintessentially English. Little poem about them. Poem about Stonehenge, and I love the image. That's a must-see if you come to, when you're travelling around, must go to see Stonehenge. But it's very different now, love that. And very different now. When I first went years ago, you could actually just park your car and just walk around the ruins. Now you can't. Again, that's Bath. King, I love that one. And that's from the English Book of Oxford English Book of Birds. Tiny bit of my vintage lace, well, doilies that I have. I love this one because this is from, now, it was Acacia Road, Bourneville. You can actually go to, is it Bourneville? Yeah, Cadbury World now, where they make the chocolates, but there is an exhibition you can go. But this is part of the village that he actually built for his workers originally. Isn't it beautiful? So I popped that in. I love the colours, and I love the little history bit of blurb on it, because it is a place you can visit now, but obviously it's changed over the years. This is Cambridge, I think, and that's the poem to go with it. Just popped some little fun little washes on there. A Letter from Bath. It's by Christopher Anstey. It's a poem, and I've popped that in there as well. I've just literally tucked it in as you would if it's your own sort of little scrapbook. Love this image, haymakers resting in the sun. And then I've just paired, I love this on the back. This is about some when people started to do cruises from 1930. English people started to do cruises, and that's for cruises around the Med and to northern capitals, Norway, etc., etc. It started to become more affordable for different ones. So I popped that in there. I thought that looked really nice. 1933, that's from the encyclopedia. That's a map of, is that British Railways? Can't remember which one that was. Pop this in, Pembrokeshire, 1956. This is beautiful. I'm sorry about the glare, guys. Sorry about the glare. So I'll pop that in. I think it's beautiful. That's the reason. Another piece of the William Morris design, I think by Sanderson. And I've got some of my washi, my Fern washi. I'll pop throughout. Thought it looked really nice there. Love this book, this English Country Cottage, and the pages are huge, so I've cut down as much as I can. Love it. Absolutely love that. Love that image. So I hope you'll be happy. Lots, places to write, but lots of interest as well. Lots of pieces of English countryside as well as the seaside, and little snippets of history too. Little washi, the little china teacups and saucers, I think looks lovely, and the quintessential English cup of tea, which you've got to have, haven't you? You've got to have. Lovely poem about the miller. And that goes back to 1700s, but I love the imagery. The image is beautiful. Elegy written in a county churchyard, fabulous poem, and I've put a little quill and some ancient paper, ancient book there. Bit of my favourite washi, just because this was easy to actually get stuck all around the edges, to be fair, from my botanicist sticker book, and I've paired it with one of Nicky O'Dogan's grungy what do I call it? Grungy labels. Dear oh dear, Mum. Honestly. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I couldn't cut it, so I've just folded it, and I've popped this with a bit of washi on. This isn't English, but I thought this could be a nice nod to the person who's just travelled around England to their next destination, not a next destination, Italy. I loved it because I popped it with this piece of it was vintage napkin, that I've had in my stash for ages, made a little pocket of it. And in the very back, just pop some bits London based. So it's the sort of thing you'd find in a English junk shop about the coronation, Queen's coronation, and a very old royal wedding. And so I popped that in the back because I thought that would look really nice. And you couldn't have your English travels without a nod to London and Buckingham Palace and all that malarkey. Oh, so here you go. So on the very back, I've just popped this little morsel in. I love it. I love this colour. The colours on this. I have hoarded it. Not gonna lie, I've hoarded it for quite a while. This is Sunny South Wales, 1920s, and how glamorous does that look? Could be anywhere, couldn't it? Anyway, so that's it. That's Dandelion Days. Will be packed up and out in the post probably this afternoon. Hope you would enjoy it, guys. Just to say that I'm just working on a couple of sister journals to go with these. So this is a very this is going to be, I've kind of started it. If you can see, it's a Reader's Digest book I've hoarded for ages, but if you see the cover, it's got like a wood type design, and on the inside that was the end papers. So I'm actually keeping them. If you can see these embossed ferns, I'm keeping those, and yeah, I'm going to add irises to them. So this is going to be my iris and fern book, which will be available because I think that would be fabulous. And this one as well, the next few days, if I can find it. Yeah, this is the other one as well. This sister journal to this one. So that's going to be, in the next few days I shall get these finished. These will be available on my Etsy. So take care, guys. Thank you for watching, and see you again. Bye.